It's Saturday night, and that means it's Clio Cup action, sponsored by Max Coats. This week coming from Oscherslaben, using the B layout of the course. It's 26 laps, qualifying usual 20 minutes. Starting with medium cloud, but then it will change to anything. It's set for random, so hopefully halfway through it is sync to race, but who knows, it could be after 5 or 6 laps that we get the change in the weather. Obviously it's the transition that is the one that can take a little bit of time. A few of the regulars missing tonight, which is good news for some of the guys. They'll obviously can make good points. So tonight we've got NGR Martin, NGR Scooby, NGR Amiga, NGR Fraser, Graham Ward Racing, Greener Army, Scott McFall, RGJ 124, AMH Racing, Shockshaft, Andy 81287, and Shadow Stalker DBS. AMH Racing, we have seen him race with us before. It was at Long Beach, so he's definitely one to watch tonight. He'll definitely give the regulars a run for the money. But RS Jim, Cam 123 Diz, Edu missing tonight, so they're sort of the regulars that were sort of leading the way. So we'll see how the others get on and take advantage of the missing people. So then, let us get the evening underway for round 6 of the Clio Cup, sponsored by Max Coats, hosted by us at NXTGEN. I'm Phil Humphreys. I'll be the commentator for tonight. If you are new to the channel, do subscribe, hit the little notification buttons as well to let you know when we go live. Hopefully you caught our V8 action that happened on Tuesday as well. That was from Bathurst. But all attention on the Clio Cup action tonight. So wondering what the random weather will be. We won't find out until the race is underway. So the B layout of the Oscherslaben course, I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. Oh, and I've just realised I put myself in. Just realised I haven't put myself in director mode, which is quite funny. The normal host is away tonight, so I forgot to put myself in that. So very short circuit this, so people get the laps in very quick as well. And that does mean that it's a bit harder for the faster guys to run away. But it does mean that it's going to be very busy out on track for certain points of qualifying. So we've lost quite a few through disconnects, and I hope they're going to rejoin. Let's hope they do rejoin. I mean, if not, I think what we'll do is we'll just end it and we'll get the people invited back in. So maybe only 9 out. Doesn't seem to be many people rejoining. It's alright this, we'll try and focus on the action at the moment. Oh, a few people rejoining now. Oh, there we go. Now sadly it's not telling us who is who either in this. Well, no one put the time in just yet either. Sure, we'll see times coming in soon. Sorry about the little mix-up with it at the moment. Someone else put a time in now. I think that's Fraser. He's first at the moment. So MH going out onto track now. Shock Shaft is posted third fastest time at the moment. Good time for him. Look, so NGR Fraser first, NGR Martin in second at the moment. And NGR Amiga still to put a time in, is it? I think he... oh, there he is. Down 10, yes, still to put a time in. Strange. It is a very short circuit, so it shouldn't take him long to get him in. That does obviously mean it's going to take longer to warm up the tyres as well. And going World Racing still to put a time in. The Bugatti Scott McFall. Got a little bit sideways there. But Fraser still first out on track at the moment. Half a second between him and NGR Martin. Shadow Stalker DBS is currently running in fourth. He'll be pleased with that at the moment. And there's NGR Amiga just behind him. Now I am going to have to try and remember the names off memory here. It's not telling us the names at the moment, so I will try my best to remember who is who. Well, there's NGR Scooby, he's currently running in sixth. AMH Racing, as I said, one to watch. He's currently in third, about second off the pace of Fraser at the moment though. I know Fraser's put a little bit of practice in before the evening. Always an advantage being able to get some track time put down first. But we'll see if AMH can close the gap. Now that is me, Rob. I was looking, wondering who that was. That's actually me. Oh, a little bit out of shape there, NGR Fraser, I believe that is. Yes, it is. AMH has now taken second, just ahead of NGR Martin. Oh no, that's Amiga has now taken the top spot, just ahead of Fraser's time. Ooh, big contact there on the tyres. Try and find out who that was. Not sure who that was. Maybe it was Shadow Stalker, who retired to the pits. We'll have a little bit of damage off there. AMH now in the pits as well. Fraser just off the top spot at the moment. He's going to be able to get it back. Time should start coming down for a few of the drivers now. We get heat in the tyres. There's NGR Martin just in front of him then. Getting 2 wheels off the ground. But Amiga out in front. Is he going to extend his lead at the moment? Well, he's kept it where it is, but it is where he needs to be. AMH is back out on track. This might be an outlap for him though. See Scott McFall. He's got a little bit of traffic here. He's being travelled with by Ghost. Oh, gets a little bit out of shape, goes into the dirt. That's not going to get him fastest lap this time. Scooby's now in third as well. So Amiga, Fraser, Scooby, the top 3. Very closely followed by M8 Racing. And then NGR Martin, who's now chosen to pit. Graham Ward Racing is in 6th. But the top 7 within a second of each other. I think last week we had 11 within a second of each other in the qualifying period. I'm pretty sure it was Shockshaft who again was just outside of that, which he is at tonight as well. He's still got 10 minutes to find his time though, so we might see him improve and move up the table. Here comes Fraser now, see if he can improve on his time. No, he stays in second. Let's check out the timings and see what his last lap was. So last lap was a 1:12.6. And Josh Scooby improved on his last lap was his best lap as well. So Scooby's entering the pits, so he won't be improving on this lap. And John Martin on the screen now. We'll see if he can improve on this lap. He's got to find half a second from somewhere. Does he find any more time here? No, stays where he is as well. No, I'm not sure if there was a change at the top. No, it's Scooby. Has he improved on his lap time there? Very, very close at the top though. Let's just check the timing screen again. So 1:12.6. No, looks. I thought there was a move at the top though. But NGR Amiga is looking like the one to beat in qualifying again. He's shone in qualifying this season throughout the Clio Cup League. It's just come to race. He has been a little bit unlucky. Last week, one of his incidents, he made contact, I think it was Edu, It's just the Brands Hatch race. A little bit of contact on side was deemed by the marshals to be the cause of the accident, so he actually got a penalty which actually moved him down. He got a 10-second penalty. I think it moved him down about 5 positions, but he's still doing well on the table. He's still challenging. But it just shows how close this group of racers is. 10 seconds, and I think he went from 2nd down to 7th. Was very close. I expect some close racing to be this week as well. Now, if you are commenting on YouTube as well on the live stream, sadly I'm trying to get the stream up and running on YouTube so I can sit here, so I can see your questions, but at the moment I can't see what's coming through on the comments box, so I'm not ignoring anyone. Mega's choosing to pit now. NGR Martin is moved into 4th, so AMH Racing. He has improved on his time though, but very, very close between him and NGR Martin. We'll see if he improves on this lap as well. That's the really good thing about this circuit, is you don't have to wait long for lap times to come in. He stays in 5th. Scott McFall in the pits. Greenwood Racing still out on track though. He's trying to find the time from somewhere as well. He's got just over half a second to find from somewhere. Half a second on a track of this size is quite a lot. It's quite a hard challenge to do. So Amiga's pitted. I think Amiga is going to probably stay in on the pits now. No, saying that, he's just leaving now, so he's coming back out on track. With the times being as close as they are, I think it is a wise thing to get out and get on track and put in as much time as you can. Oh, that's NGR Scooby, who's now just took provisional pole by almost half a second as well. That's a very, very good lap from NGR Scooby. And he drives past NGR Amiga there, just coming around the corner. He'll be very, very pleased with that time. And that does bump WRT Scott McFall out the 1 second club tonight as well. Greenwood Racing now rounds out the top of them. So he's probably down on his time there. He's let Amiga get past without a fight. I mean, obviously Amiga's on an out lap as well. There's RDJ 124. About 2.5 seconds off the pace at the moment. His closest rival is Shadow Stalker. Nice little bit of sideways action there. Gets under control though. Well controlled and held. Now Scooby has chosen to pit in. That's a full pit in as well, so Amiga's now on his time lap. He's got a little bit of time to find. That's a very, very good time from Scooby though. Well done to him for putting that in. If I was a betting man, I would say that pole is Scooby's. If no one has put a time in like that at with the top runners now, maybe NGR Fraser could challenge, but NGR Fraser seems to be running around the same time each lap now. His time's not really coming down, but we'll see. just over 2 minutes left. So I'm just loading up the YouTube stream now as well, so do get your comments coming in as well. Who do you... Oh, AMH Racing has now taken second. He may leave it till the last minute. But he frog jumped quite a few of the drivers there. Back end comes out in a little bit. Counter steers to get control. Used the curbs there as well, nice to get a full run of the track that you can. Could he upset a few people here and take pole? Again, just whips the back end out nicely just to get it round the corner. This is looking like quite a good lap. How's he going to do? So I think it discounted that lap then actually. Let's see what that last lap was. A 1:12.3. Yeah, so just a little bit off the pace there. Amiga is down in third. I'm just going to load up the YouTube stream here. So I'm just while I go quiet for a second. So just bear with me just while I set up the stream. I'll leave Gary on the footage. Oh, we've got 10 seconds left. Session time remaining a minute. Is he going to improve? He stays in third. I think Subi can will let out a sigh of relief here. Apologies about the break in communication. This is just professional commentating at its finest. So that's the comments. So evening to all. Shocked off, it's a great race. Expect great from some next season. Fourth at Brands, Hatching DR. So Go George went from second to fourth. Apologies about that there. So let me just get a screenshot off the timings there. So well done to Scooby. Okay, so we have to wait for the lights to go green. Retired to pit backs, yes. Monitor. So this corner one's going to be good. NGR Amiga and AMH racing for first place here. NGR Amiga just got out in front though. Will everyone make it through cleanly? Huge line of Clio Cup cars there. A little bit of side contact on AMH and Graham Ward Racing, who's in third. He's had a great start. Side by side with NGR Fraser going around the corner here. He's going to slot in now. Amiga running away with this at the moment. Well, they're almost 3 wide. Some are 3 wide going into this corner. NGR Fraser, Graham Ward Racing side by side here. As NGR Martin come up to Graham Ward Racing now. Stick his elbows out to get past there. But Graham Ward Racing's going to have the inside line here. This is exceptional racing by Graham Ward Racing. NGR Scooby still in this as well. Scott McFall's not far from this. I mean, it is only the open lap, so it's going to be very close at the moment. But Graham Ward Racing really showing his potential here. Oh, it's NGR Martin getting on two wheels just behind there as well. Scooby's closing up on him a little bit here. Scott McFall not too far behind. Shockshaft running down in 8th, but not far from the pack at the moment. AMH has got NGR Fraser right behind him here. But while all this is going on, this is playing into Amiga's hands. He's putting a gap between everyone. Graham Ward Racing got NGR Martin come down the inside of him now. NGR Martin sneaks past, gets on two wheels though, and steadies the car there, going on the curbs. Graham Ward Racing gets unstable, and Scooby slides inside of him now. Scooby through in between these two. Is he going to be able to make a move on NGR Martin here? No, but he has got in front of Graham Ward Racing. Goes on the attacking line here again. This is good driving from Scooby as well now on the attack. Trying to find a way past NGR Martin here. Gets on the grass a little bit, that'll unsteady the car. People start to settle down a little bit now. Graham Ward Racing and Scooby certainly not settling down. These two fighting it out here for 6th place, well 5th place. No, that's NGR Martin who's just made a mistake. Allows Scooby to fall past. NGR Martin all kicking himself for that. And there's a change at the top. AMH has made it through. NGR Amiga drops down to 3rd just about though. He's just behind NGR Fraser at the moment. That might have been a mistake or a penalty. But AMH, be thankful for that, whatever it was. And Graham Ward Racing and Scooby still battling out here as well. This is a great battle between these two. NGR Martin just behind them. Scott McFall just following them there as well. Very close at the top. NGR Fraser in the blue. Amiga in the white. Oh, a little bit of a touch there. Fraser goes on the grass. Amiga just slows down a little bit just to not gain any advantage out of that. And now AMH is able to say, thanks lads, you battle it out, and just pulls away a little bit. Scooby just picking up a little bit of the grass there as well. Fraser pushing well at the moment, trying to defend, but also not let AMH run away from this too much. And Amiga, great run here, side by side going into corner 1. Fraser's going to have the inside line. Oh, locks up, back end comes out on him. Is he able to keep it going? He is. He's not lost too much out of it. He's lost the position. He has lost a little bit of time. He's back in front of Scooby now. Thankfully not lost too much time. That was amazingly held by Fraser to avoid one contact with anyone, but to also stop the car from facing the wrong way. Not sure what happened. I think it was just under heavy braking maybe. Cold back tyres. Back end just come out of him. Graham Ward Racing now in 4th as well, if the camera decides to go on him. No, back in 5th now. NGR Scooby's managed to get back in front of him. NGR Martin come up behind him as well. But AMH still out in front, not too far. Amiga though, with no one behind him, is able to attack a little bit more now as well. That's a great one by Amiga. Straight into 1st now again. I don't know if that's a slowdown penalty for maybe AMH. He's definitely, yeah, this must have been what happened to, oh, there's Amiga doing a Fraser as well. Sadly, not able to control it as well as Fraser. And off he goes. Loses 5 positions there and falls down to 6th place. That was almost an exact carbon copy of what happened before. Amiga got a penalty and then Fraser locks up. AMH gets a penalty and Amiga locks up. And that's now allowed Fraser to go into 1st, Scooby in 2nd, Graham Ward in 3rd. closely followed by AMH, and then NGR Martin and Amiga still there. Scott McFall not out of this running either at the moment, and Shockshaft not a million miles away. He's only just over 5 seconds, so he can definitely play catch up tonight as well. This oscherslaben circuit is very, very close. Graham Wardracer getting on the dirt there. AMH is definitely going to be able to capitalise on this here. Slots into third. NGR Martin's going to try and have a look at this as well. Is Graham Wardracer able to close him off? He can't without, wasn't any contact. Oh, Graham Wardracer got a little bit of a slowdown there. I think he might have got a penalty as well. Is anyone going to lock up this time? No, everyone makes it through corner one. That's allowed Scott McFall though. A lot of two-wheel action going on the curbs there. Need to be careful of these curbs at this track and these cars. But NGR Scooby on Fraser here as well. Very, very close driving. Exceptional driving from these guys tonight. And don't forget, we've still got that random weather to come in as well. I wonder what it'll be. Scooby's trying to have a look at the inside. Oh, a little bit of a touch on Fraser there. He's able to keep it going. Is AMH going to be able to get in front? Snake's left, Snake's right. No, he can't get past. Scooby holds his line well. Keeps the car going, stays in second. But for how long, that's the real question. NGR Martin's got Amiga coming up. Amiga's going to go for a move here. Is it? No, he's not able to make anything stick. NGR Martin stays where he is in fourth at the moment. And Fraser, half a second lead in front at the moment. But that is absolutely nothing the way this race is going tonight. On board with Scooby now as he chases down first place. You can see in the rear free mirror there, AMH. Sticking with him at the moment. Now this is where he tried to go for a move before. Is he going to try it now? Fraser holds the line, defends well. There's exceptional driving going on. A lot of locking up there from a few drivers further behind. Don't know why the camera isn't changing. Now it is. Thank you for that, Mr. Cameraman. Oh, and the weather's changing now, and it is fog with rain. Oh, this is going to mix things up a little bit. This is definitely going to mix things up a little bit. Now, when do people pick to change the tyres? Oh, you can see it's getting slippy already. People are staying out for one more lap. This is going to be very treacherous for a few of the drivers now. Sit down, boys and girls, because this is action about to start. Side by side going into corner one. Need to choose your line here and hold it. It's almost 3 wide. AMH, NGR Martin now sticking his elbows out there. AMH falls down to 4th. NGR Miga's going to get through here as well, so that'll fall him down to 5th. Very, very close battle, and this is proper Clio Cup racing tonight, boys and girls. NGR Martin fighting with Amiga here. Amiga is going to hold this line. Is there a way through? A little bit of touch. AMH just moving out the way. Doesn't want to get involved in anything here. The track is going to be getting ever so slippy. Now Scott McFall is eyes pitted in, so Scott McFall's changing his tyres now. That might be an advantage for him here. I think we're going to see the guys pit in now as well. Scooby going in for the pits. Scooby's choosing to, all the front guys are choosing to stay out. I think we've got a case of testosterone going here. They're all proving who can be the bigger man. Could be the downfall though. I mean, the track's still looking pretty dry at the moment. But that rain will start falling heavy. I predict we're going to see someone spin. Little bit of a gap formed between the top two now. Nothing much though. Real battle for third. With NGR Martin holding off NGR Amiga at the moment. AMH has fallen back a little bit, just a tad. Still plenty to fight for. NGR Martin gets slide out wide there. NGR Amiga not able to capitalise on it though. The rain is starting to fall heavy now. And Graham Ward Racing looks like he was closing up a little bit, about 4 seconds between him and the lead pack now. Things have calmed down just a little bit. Now, there we go, we're seeing people pit now, but Scooby staying out. Amiga, AMH staying out. Now, a very risky move, but it's one that they think they can handle. The rain is falling a lot heavier now. Visibility still seems okay. The fog doesn't seem to have come in just yet. Let's go on board with AMH. Just feathering the throttle there. I won't talk too much now. I don't think he's running cockpit view because he's not got his window wipers on. But Scooby has pulled away a little bit here. About a second and a half. Oh, back end comes out. Controls it well though. Lines up nicely for the next corner. That was well driven then by AMH. They're pitting in now. Graham Ward Racing is pitting in. Shock shaft just a little bit away. But NGR Fraser, who's in 8th at the moment. This is where things are going to change around. Scooby just entered his pit crew now. Shadow Stalker entering the pits to change his tyres. Hopefully we won't have the pit errors where tyres don't get changed tonight. So a lot of the top guys in the pits at the moment. But here comes Fraser and NGR Martin. Are they going to be able to make it round before we see people leave the pits? It's going to be interesting. I think Fraser is going to take the lead after here. NGR Martin's still behind him as well. Are we going to see a change at the top? This is going to be very, very close. Here comes Fraser around the corner. Here comes Amiga out the pits. He gets in front. That was a great pit stop there by Amiga. Time to perfection. I'll tell you what, he timed that to absolute perfection. Even Gordon Ramsay would be happy with that timing. And Fraser in front of NGR Scooby here as well. Obviously Scooby all the way on fresher tyres. Very, very wet track now. It's going to be exceptionally harder for these guys. This is what it looks like at the moment for on board NGR Scooby. Just see how difficult the conditions are. Fog doesn't seem to be too bad though, whether the fog hasn't come in yet. Not sure whether it's light fog or heavy fog. Very, very wet though. They'll need to be careful about puddles forming on the track. AMH has fallen behind Graham Ward Racing there as well. So Graham Ward Racing got an advantage from that pit stop there as well. Just trying to catch what's going on. The camera unfortunately not changing as quick as I'd like there. Very, very close here. Scooby and NGR Fraser still side by side battling now. Scooby's going to hit the grass there. He's able to keep it going though. NGR Amiga taking a wide line there. Oh, Fraser and Scooby touching side by side. Need to be careful about contact now in these treacherous conditions. A very, very wet track out there now. Sadly for Fraser, he's right in the spray of Scooby's car. We're now starting lap 13 of 26, so we're halfway through the race now. And the fog is starting to set in now, visibility becoming a real issue. Now sadly it is calming down just a little bit out on track, but you can't blame these guys. I thought the rain had stopped then as well, but it is still raining out there on track. Lots of puddles formed as well. I wish the camera would change to who I'm asking it to. Scooby really bringing it to NGR Amiga at the moment. Scooby might sense that first place is a possibility for him. We're on board with Scooby again. Gets a good exit out the corner. But that's the visibility these guys have to deal with. So they'll have to adjust how they drive. Braking points will obviously change. Having the brakes go for a wide line in. Amiga has it covered. Puddles everywhere. Need to be careful about aquaplaning. Amiga just touches the grass a little bit, allows Scooby just to catch up. These are horrible conditions to be racing in. Credit to these guys racing as close as they are. Keeping it going. Fraser's dropped down a little bit in third, but I think he'll be pleased just to be where he is at the moment. Very close between Graham Ward Racing and NGR Martin. Oh, a little bit of a touch there as the cars go side by side. Oh no, Graham Ward Racing, I think he'd come back onto the track. Still gets in front. Oh, a little bit of a touch there from NGR Martin. He slows down not to gain anything from it though. So he'll let battle still commence. WRT just a couple of seconds in front of Shockshaft at the moment. Still very close between the top two as well. Huge puddle there on the exit of turn 2. Need to be careful of that. Fraser seems to be catching up a little bit now. So message from John Green on Facebook as well, so Greener Army. So he had to retire, he went into the pits 3 times and didn't change the tyres. It annoys me that the game is still doing this for certain players. Doesn't happen all the time, but sadly it does happen. The fog is really thick now. And while we're chatting there, it's just, I think I didn't even notice it, but Scooby has managed to get in front of Fraser. Huge puddle there going into the final corner. That'll make things tricky. But Amiga, we have seen them running the race. It was, I think it was race 1 at Donington when it was raining. He ran really well in the wet there. So we'll see if he can find the pace. This is much worse in tonight's race though. Close between NGR Martin and Graham Ward Racing still though. Oh, side by side touching again. And Graham Ward Racing just got the front line. So Rob Hogan commenting, great racing guys, wish I was out there, but a hand injury put paid to that as I can't grip the wheel, it hurts like hell one change of gear. Yeah, understandable mate. But hopefully we'll see you back soon. Oh, Graham Ward Racing goes off in the dirt, and NGR Martin surely going to be able to get in front of him here. No, he still gets back out in front. He'll be thankful for that. So we've got 9 laps left to go. Bet the drivers tonight will be just wishing that these 9 laps would disappear. NGR Martin still on the attack. Oh, touches Graham Ward Racing. Oh no, Graham Ward Racing keeps it going. Well held there. Oh, horrific conditions tonight. But he's still in this fight for 5th place. Taking a wide line here. Is he going to go for the switchback? And Martin holds his line well. Graham Ward Racing coming on the attack here though. Thinks about it, moves to the right. No way round, he's on a different line than I've seen him take tonight. Can't find a way past NGR Martin here. I think he's going to go for a move here. There's a little bit of contact. NGR Martin off into the grass. Has he got going yet? High revs there, gets the car moving. Scott McFall now in a fight here, and Shockshaft just behind them as well. So Scott McFall is now sensing that he can go. Oh, a little bit of a cut corner there from Scott McFall, I feel. I mean, sometimes it can't be helped in these conditions. He hasn't gained anything from it though. I think sometimes going on the grass and cutting the corner isn't always an advantage when conditions are like this as well. Sometimes you deserve a medal for actually getting it off the grass when it's this wet. But NGR Scooby has put almost a 5-second lead between him and Amiga, but Amiga's still got Fraser close to his tail. Oh, a little bit of grass action there from Amiga's really slowing him down. Fraser might have been a slow down penalty actually, but Fraser, is he gonna get in second? Amiga still holding it at the moment. Fraser has now got in front, so Amiga moves down to 3rd, but only just. Amiga is, yeah, still in 3rd, but really only just. There's nothing between them at the moment. Fraser backs out there. He's not going in for a fight tonight. I think he'll be happy just taking 3rd place. He's definitely not wanting to get into any scraps or go for any daredevil moves. Sensible driving, but NGR Scooby seems to be loving the wet weather at the moment. Rumours were that Scooby loves it when it's nice and wet. I believe it's about the track anyway that I've heard those rumours. Again, if the camera does go on, so still very close here. In fact, we've got very close between 4 drivers at the moment. So Graham Ward Racing leading this battle pack at the moment, closely followed by WRT Scott McFall, then Shockshaft, then NGR Martin. So NGR Martin, bit of a nightmare since he had that come off when he was racing next to Graham Ward Racing. Still not over for him though. A lot can happen in the laps. It only takes one little bit of error of judgment. Judgment of error, I should say. can lose quite a few positions. But NGR Fraser's managed to get back into second. Amiga coming back on the attack here as well. Fraser's going to hold this line. He's not going to let him past easy. He may not want to get into scraps, but he definitely doesn't want to lose positions if he can help it. Fraser able to put just a tiny bit of distance between him and Amiga. Not a huge deal though, but 7 seconds between him and first place. Again, hats off to Scooby for this run in these conditions. He's done very, very well. But doesn't want to let his concentration drop too much. And again, close between these guys as well. Scott McFall can sense 5th place is definitely a possibility for him. And Shockshaft got NGR Martin battling with him here. It's just a case of when to attack and when to just keep it calm and stay with the guy in front. We will try and catch as much of the action as we can throughout. I'll try and keep my eyes on the timings on the table between drivers. NGR Martin going for a move here up the inside. Again, elbows out, but Shockshaft just out in front. He's going to hold this inside line for this corner. It's going to force NGR Martin out wide. And he's going to hold the inside line here coming up for this corner as well. Good defensive drive from Shockshaft here. Oh, goes out wide a little bit. NGR Martin not able to get through though. Great driving from these guys tonight. And look how close it is. NGR Amiga now back in front. Likes to overtake on that corner. Very good driving from the Scotsman there. And NGR Fraser has to do it all over again. Lap 22 of 26. Now it's saying on the weather forecast there, medium cloud. So whether we'll get a couple of laps of dry weather. Now that'll be interesting if that does happen before race end. It's when do you put in to change your tyres? I personally think that the track isn't going to dry out even if we change to medium cloud now. It'll probably be best just to stay out on the wet tyres. But of course if the track does get a dry line, those tyres will overheat, so could be interesting. But I mean, we've only got 3 laps left now, so I think the guys will just be staying out on track. Now NGR Martin has managed to make his way past Shockshaft. He's got WRT Scott McFall just in front of him now. Graham Ward Racing will be seeing this. Well, seeing as much as he can in his rear view mirror. You see them battling out. Should allow him to pull away slightly. Oh, Graham World Racing goes a little bit wide there. Scott McFall catches up though, but not able to get past. Huge puddle there. And NGR Martin loses a bit of grip. I think we've got a little bit of lag there as well. But look at this, Scott McFall now on the attack to Graham Ward Racing. And NGR Martin still with these guys as well. Graham Ward Racing holding on. Scott McFall has to rethink his plan here. Is he going to go for a line change. Graham Ward racing there, a little bit of a touch, can't get past though. No, it may be just the camera angle there because it looks like everyone's touched on that corner. I don't think that's the case really. I think in these conditions, if a little tap on the back end would send the car out of control. Scott McFall will now start lap 24 of 26. Still where he was, but just a little bit closer. And NGR Martin still with him here. Graham Ward racing looked like he was late on the brakes. He did miss his braking point. I think that's through Scott McFall off as well. NGR Martin has managed to get in front here. And Graham Ward racing still out in front. Scott McFall, unfortunately, the party that lost out the most in that one there. That's unfortunate for him. I think sometimes when you see someone go off wide, it can just make you lose your concentration. Your gaze is averted from where it's meant to be. And Scott McFall is going to be able to capitalise here. Graham Ward racing going off. He's not going to give up this place here. He's got the inside line. Oh no, oh dear, oh dear. Scott McFall has kept it going. Oh, this is getting close between these two. And they drive on. There would definitely be no love lost between them two there. Just cool it down, guys. Keep your head in the game. Now it does look like the fog is clearing a little bit, but I mean only 2 laps left. And NGR Martin looks like he has kept the car going well actually. Might have just missed his braking point slightly. Graham Ward racing back on Scott McFall here. On board with Graham Ward racing now. Oh, a little bit of a touch there. Oh no, we're on board with WRT, Scott McFall, sorry about that. There's Graham Ward racing just in front of him. And WRT got past quite easy there. I don't know if that was a touch maybe from Graham Ward racing, he's just slow to let him past. But this is the final lap. Oh no, Scooby's on the final lap now, sorry, so this is the penultimate lap, starting the final lap approach now. And NGR Martin has managed to get into 5th place. Scott McFall and Graham Ward racing battling out to the very end here. Graham Ward racing going for an inside line here. Side by side. Definitely no love lost between these two. Now that might be a slow down penalty for Scott McFall. I think he just took a little bit too much of the corner. I think Scott McFall might be feeling a little bit frustrated here with the actions that have happened. But NGR Scooby has managed to finish the race in 1st. Amiga took 2nd. Fraser took 1st. Well, this is one thing we didn't see. AMH has managed to close up but finishes 4th. NGR Martin looks like he is going to take 5th. But I tell you what, who is going to finish 6th? Oh no, he's lost it. He's keeping it going. He's kept it going. Scott McFall, yeah, knows that that was a bit of a mistake from him. He slows. He's not going to gain from it. So Graham Ward racing will take 7th. Scott McFall will take 8th. RDJ 124 will take 9th. Well, what an eventful race that was. So we'll just review. Just let me take a screenshot of the finishing times there. So we'll just review any penalties. So NGL Fraser, 10-second penalty for him. Scott McFall, 1-second penalty. Graham Ward Racing, 2. So I think with that, that's actually swap them guys around anyway. But NGL Fraser with that penalty drops down to 4th. AMH Racing takes 3rd then. But Scooby, 9 seconds in front of Amiga. Well, what an amazing race that was tonight. That was probably one of the best races of this season. Very, very close. Few talking points that may come at the end of it. We'll have to wait and see what develops from that. But thank you very much to all the guys that took part, and of course thank you to all for watching. Like I said, if you are new to the channel, do subscribe, do share it as well. It does help us out a lot. We are on a week break next week, so we won't be running Clio Cup, but we'll try and get some action streamed for you. But as again, thank you very much for watching, and we'll be back in 2 weeks for our next round of the NXTGEN Clio Cup, sponsored by Max Coates. Until then, stay safe, and we'll catch you soon.